Okie dokie, we're live. I guess I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. I hope that some people join us. I'm gonna give everybody just a little bit of time to do so. Probably not gonna talk so much until after all this happens. I'm gonna be doing this just for myself today, aren't I? Okay. Oh, we have a couple of joiners. Welcome. We are doing some live nail art today. This is my last day, Sunday in a row. And if we don't get a few more people today, hopefully we do get a few more people today. If we don't, I'll try it on Facebook. But hopefully we'll be able to keep it here because when I do lives here, it gets uploaded to my channel automatically, which is pretty fabulous. So I guess I will go. Oh, hey, Terry, how you doing? A fun fact, my full name is Teresa. There are just 10 of us in one generation because we're Hungarian and Czech. So we ran out of nicknames. I got Reza. Anyway, so today we're going to work with a brand new plate from Maniology, or brand new to me. Oh, thank you, Jane. So these pastels that I have set aside are from the Hit the Bottle Fruit Tingles collection. And these gorgeous, you may have seen my review video for this collection. This is Nevermind's, what was it? Something about pastries, sugared pastries collection. And so what I'm doing today is I have prepared some nails with this polish. It is Morgan Taylor's, let's have a name, shall we? Some girls prefer pearls. So now I am going to do a really quick modified French and really convenient modified French. So here's what I also have one other nail to do. It's going to be kind of my trial for this because I want to get these right. And this is just an idea at this point. Let me know if you have any questions, of course. So probably what I'm going to do, if you can see the way this plate is laid out, these are definitely, you can kind of do even a rainbow on your nail if you want, but the swirl French is pretty big right now. So what I'm going to do is move these aside, and I'm going to take Electro Candy Pop, which is my very favorite Hit the Bottle polish right now. Electro Candy Pop is a very interesting name. I don't know what it is. What's the word? I don't know. Anyway, my count is telling me I lost everybody. I hope I didn't, but if I did, I'm going to work on getting interesting again. So, all right, just a really quick swipe, and then a roll. And hey, Ursuline, how you doing? So I always have trouble with this when I'm wearing gloves. I forget that I remove things with tape from the stamper. So here's the plan. Hey, thank you so much, Quinn. Or Meredith. I don't know which you prefer. So I'm wearing latex. I have a sensitivity to latex, but they're the only thing that survives acetone as far as gloves go. And I'm dealing with some eczema right now. I have a few autoimmune disorders. It's no fun. Actually, today was a bit of a sad day, a tough day, but you know what? We persevere. So I make no secret of the fact that I'm disabled in my channel, and we can do hard things. And there are some days where I have to take our day off, but here we are. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Look at what this is what I always do. I need some sort of grabber thing that can actually hold this shaped bottle so that I stop knocking over all my good polishes. Okay, so I put a layer of something on that. I didn't put a layer of the right thing on that. The best thing to do as far as decals or reverse stamping goes is to use Wet n Wild Clear Nail Protector. I'm sure I've mentioned that to you before. Oh, so Ursuline, this is actually a new plate from Maniology. It's M285. I was talking about how popular the swirl Frenches are right now. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to set this aside and start on these. I haven't quite decided which color I'm going to use twice though. So let me start with the purple. This is called Iced Mojito 2.0. It is part of the Fruit Tingles collection. That's some really cool pastels that Michelle put out. And I'm only using a bit of this plate because you'll notice that these tips I'm working on are significantly shorter than the kind of thing I normally do. And I put away lots of my stampers. Let's see if I can do this. Ooh, it still worked. Sometimes even though I wait too long, it still works out. And the heavens smile on us. All right. So I suppose that since we're not using detail brushes on the stamper, we really don't even need to put a coat of clear polish on top to seal it in. Because the biggest thing that I'm doing when I do that is preventing me from accidentally pulling up a little bit of the design when I paint on it. You may have noticed that you have those problems, or you may not, but I have developed my procedure out of long experience with adversity. All right, so now that we've got this right here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the lavender chiffon from Nevermind Polish. This is got an amazing iridescence, but also the reflective glitter that everybody is all about right now. And what I'm going to do is, you can, if you're having some trouble, I have a periodic tremor, an intermittent one. So, but I'm going to do a total of 2 layers of this. And then we have a French tip a French mani that we don't have to work hard to create. You don't have to work with fussing with the side smile line or picking up, because sometimes people will have difficulty with these big area stamps like this, but there's no problem like that with these. So you can see it's not opaque yet, but one more try, right? And that has given us time to let this color dry. And I had 2 things that I had in mind. This polish is one I just got from Polish Pickup. It is no longer available. I usually don't tell you about these things because I don't want to cause any envy or regret. But this is Emily in Paris by Polish. And you can, I'll just refer you to the video I released today. I do talk about this polish because I use it, and you can kind of recreate it with a kind of a, what's the word? Not opalescent, but not quite duochrome, but you know what I mean. Anyway, you can create that effect with a polish like, I put it away, didn't I? Yeah, Sally Hansen has something called Moonstone that works pretty well. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to put 1 layer of this super cheap $1 or $2 LA Colors duochrome. It's called Wander. It's part of the Hypno collection. It's a hollow kind of thing, or they say they're hollow. And this is for a longer nail, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. Oh yeah, I don't actually have a clean nail room. This is my kitchen, and Gozer regularly comes up here, so you will sometimes be watching my video. You'll see me use some top coat, and then I'll pull a long Gozer hair right out of there. It's not a cool thing. Anyway, so I just wanted to get this effect. And then when that dries, I'm going to put down this dark color. It's Extreme Wear Purple Craze. Nice pun there. And that's going to be a French tip that, oh, I just got a thing here. I hope it didn't interrupt the broadcast. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to do, generally speaking, I do these lives for about half an hour. And then I will finish up the mani off the air and then put it as the cover for the live. So if you want to see how everything turned out, you can go to my channel and check it out once that thumbnail is in place. Okay, so this isn't showing you amazing things. Hopefully, once we put it on there, we'll have some really cool stuff to show you. All right. So I'm going to take this out of my workspace because space is at a premium right now here. That's probably dry enough to where I can put a polish on top of it. So like I said, I mean, you can make these the night before your mani. Say you want something kind of amazing, but you don't really have a lot of time to spend on the manicure. So what I do in that case is, but you don't, I mean, you don't want to like spend all day painting in reverse stamps or anything like that. So my thought was you can do these the night before, and then you can slap these babies on when it comes time to see that your base color nail polish is dry. The big thing I want to make sure that I tell you about for these is that you're going to want to make sure, you know what? That thought just left my brain. See, nope. Oh, crap. This is just my luck. Okay, it came. I fixed it, I believe. Anyway, I can't remember what I was going to tell you, but I do know that it was very important. So hopefully I'll remember in a minute. Oh, you'll need to put on multiple coats. The thing you want to make sure you make sure is that oh gosh, that looks so neat. Okay, sorry. It's really cool when you see your vision kind of come together. So the thing you want to make sure of is that it becomes totally opaque. You don't want to spend time on, thanks Jane, you don't want to spend time on something like this and then just put not enough polish on and then have it turn out not so great and then have to redo that nail. So do make sure that it is opaque. Another trick, if you have a really amazing polish that you paid maybe a little bit too much for and you want to use it but you don't want to waste it, you can do the first coat you do in your super amazing expensive polish, and then you pick a color that is the same. Whoa, look at me. I did this. Anyway, you pick a color that is about the same color, but maybe nothing fancy is going on in it. Like I did with the Hypno Effect, that hollow polish. And then you do the second and third coats or whatever is going on. You don't want to do too many coats though, because then you'll have a kind of a puffy look on your French tip, if you get my drift. So that is my limit. I'm done. Even if I drop it again, I'm done. And this is what we're putting on. Hey Carrie, you missed, I don't know, about half, but it's okay. I'm really, really excited you're here and you can go back and see what you missed. I was just telling people this is going to be about half an hour, and then once I finish this set, you know what? This is so awful of me. I really like this one so much. I kind of want to finish the set in this one, and I only prepared one nail. This is more of a spring look for everybody, and I feel bad that I got distracted by the pretty stuff. Whoops. Okay, look at me. I have polish going everywhere. This is how my life is. When you have a tremor, sometimes things don't work out in the optimal way, but we persevere. All right. Anyway, I picked that up and my hand went, I don't know if you saw, I did a silly thing. Anyway, now I do want to make sure that bottle top is clear of polish before I close it, or I'll never get it open again. This should be the last coat I need to put on. So I'll go ahead. Yeah, Terry. Okay. Oh, I just told you I need to watch out for that. And then I didn't. I'm trying to show you things. I suppose I don't need to show you how I clean off a bottle before I close it. So there we go. Okay. Well, that's how I roll, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so I'll put this one aside too. It's still not quite ready. And then I'll start another one. Let's say, gosh, which do I want to pick? I could stay over here, but I think I want something a little bit different, but still loopy. Let's go with the skinny one because, God, I love a challenge. Okay, so I can close this one up. And then I'm going to do the blue. You know, I'm going to do this one. I'm just I'm feeling contrary. I changed my mind a lot in this whole process. You know what? And that didn't look awesome. You see, I got a little bit of an uneven pickup here. So I don't have time to go back. Normally what I'd do is I'd put a coat of Wet n Wild Clear on there, and then I'd go back in with a fine detail brush. You don't want to use too much paint because otherwise you can see the kind of area of heavier paint from the other side. But I am just going to, because I'm on a time crunch, I'm just going to use the one that turned out okay. So here I am with my handy dandy Scotch tape, pulling away what I don't want. And I'm going to keep both of those there. All right. I might have to pull some more tape off. I did not renew my tape. Yeah, exactly, Carrie. You know, in the thick of it, you can see some things creatively that you may not see on paper. I'm going to take a moment out because I had planned to talk to you about this. My next video is a tutorial for Easter. It's going to come out in the next few days. But this is how, when I'm really having trouble with the design, a lot of times it'll pop into my head, but sometimes I want to kind of brainstorm. And I wanted to show you this process to see all the different things I tried and how I'll circle things. And then I'll have circled things. Well, I did use this one, but sometimes I don't even use the circled things. So, but here's a sneak peek at what I might be doing for my next tutorial. Anyway, I did want to share that with you. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the stuff I'm supposed to use because practice what you preach, girl. And you don't want to, well, I actually did some cardinal no-nos for me. I teach people not to go over the same area with the brush because that is a good way to get a smeared line. So you really want to make sure that when you're putting your clear coat over your reverse stamp that you go to these separate areas. Even if you leave a little bit of gap in the middle for your second coat, it's best. Oh, yay, Carrie. All right. So now we should have something ready to go on. So even if I don't finish these within the next 8 minutes, I can take my sticky base coat. This is Clingy from Nevermind. I don't know trying to remember if I talked about sticky base coat in my last video. I think I just did, the one I released today. I think I just talked about how I can no longer peel things off now that I'm using sticky base coat. I'm used to using this stuff. It's a terrible top coat and base coat, but it's good at thickening reverse stamps, and it's also good at sticking things to nails. So I'll let this dry for about 30 seconds after I apply it, and that used to be how I applied reverse stamps because I'm disabled. You know, disabled people normally get between, I don't know, my understanding is it's between $1,000 and $1,300 a month to live on. So that's my experience. But so it's just, you don't have money for things like that. So you buy a 99-cent thing at Dollar Tree, and that's going to be what you do. That's how you gotta make it go. All right. I probably didn't put it on in the most interesting way, but I did put it on in a way that I like. So I am digging it. So this, oh, I like it. What do you guys think? So this is how that works. So this is my whole pitch on this video, is that we have these modified French, this trend, the French swirl, you know, we can do that. And how long did it take me to pop that on my nail? I mean, so even if you're working on your hand and you're sitting there, I mean, that's so quick. And I really love this. So I really love it. So let's color in. No, I think I'm good to apply this. So we're going to go ahead. Let me top coat this so you can see the real effect though. I always like to finish at least one nail in my lives. I try to do them half an hour. Sometimes I go over, but today I can't. I just don't feel up to it. A lot of times I have to stand up when I do these. because otherwise I can't see your comments. All right, Collie. Okay, so the way that I get rid of the extra, when it's a false nail and you're doing your press-ons on a command stand like I do, I hate those magnet things. Those are awful for longer tips. Anyway, so I will take my little embroidery scissors and I will cut the extra. Now, if you are putting it on your actual nail, directly under your nail, there's this thing called a Decal Cutter that Lantern and Wren sells. And I can't find it right now, but it looks, you know, a little bit like this. And then you'll go and do. Thanks, Carrie. Yes, it is, especially with my knees the way they are. They make sounds when I move. Let's just put it that way. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do this baby. Let's try that one or that. Let's just do it over here. Let's try it on the, this is my index finger here. It's the true size that I wear. So, well, so I had a little bit of trouble starting the live today. I ran into a technical difficulty on my phone, which means I was trying to type something in these latex gloves and it wasn't working out for me. That's what technical difficulties means. Anyway, but so we can probably talk for another 7 or 8 minutes because we're the counter only shows 21. So even if I was standing up, it didn't count. All right. So I'm letting it dry for a minute. I kind of want to make them all go the same way, but I don't know if that's really what I'll end up doing. But I will start with this one. 1 and 2 and stamp and up. Oh, you know what? I was really afraid that I would screw this up, and I did. But there's a way that we can fix this. We can add a little bit at the tip where I think what I did was I worked on that big nail and I got spoiled with all that real estate. All right, so I covered the tip, just the tip. And now I'm going to take this mauve Ito, which is the name of the polish for those of you who weren't here a minute ago. And let's see if this, yeah, this is, see, gozer hair. I don't know if you saw it in the frame. Just had a gozer hair on my stupid little detail brush. It's not a stupid little detail brush. These are from Maniology and they're great. Anyway, but I don't want any loose, I don't want any loose, what's it called? You know, the things that make up a paintbrush, bristles. Sorry, I have some aphasia issues with vocabulary sometimes. So you see where I screwed up my stamp? It's just, it goes off into, all right. So I finish the design. You'll notice I'm resting my pinky on my thumb so that I don't screw up and my tremor can't ruin everything. After you acetone your brush, you're gonna make sure to want to put that in water, like have a little shot glass of water by your workstation so that the acetone doesn't keep passively eating away at your precious fine detail brush. Pro tip there. All right, so now that I have corrected the line, this is good. I always like showing you how I fix my errors on the fly because it ends up teaching more than before. I mean, than if I didn't screw up. I mean, you know, there is certainly something to be said for a more polished presentation. Forgive the pun. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. It's a fix it. I fixed it. I fixed it. It's so happy. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I'm going to show you. I'm doing color on color here, right? Tone on tone. So this is Arctic Cloudberry from Hit the Bottle. And now I'm going to take the Blueberry Tart and I'm going to go ahead and put that down. So, like so. You never want to over apply, like let your coat goop over your stamper because then it'll take forever to dry and it just won't be right. Thanks, Ursuline. I hope I'm doing okay because I do want to teach things. And there, that's how that will look. And I don't know, since I've done this color down here, I should probably zoom in so you can see a little bit more clearly. Whoops. Did I give you guys sickness? I probably, ooh, this is what happens with latex gloves. Oh my God. Okay. There. Now you can see. Yes, Jane, the water is very important, I have found. So now that that has happened, I've given this a moment to dry, so I'm going to go ahead and take my top coat. I do have a nicer top coat than the Seche Vite. The nicer one is Swift by Nevermind Polish, but I only have one bottle of that, and I have 6 refill things of the Seche Vite. So if I'm just trying out a look, I definitely go with the cheapo top coat. The problem with Seche Vite is that sometimes it shrinks your stamps on your nail. Is done. That one is done. So it worked. That first coat worked great with the blues. Whoops. But I am so zoomed in you can't see. I didn't think that was out of frame. All right. So I'm doing it again. If I need, whoops, okay, this is bad. Sorry, I had a drip that was waiting off the wand. And I don't know how familiar you are with that, but I've had some really awesome nail art screwed up that way. All right. So now that that is back, I really don't like, what did I do? What did I do? Or I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to come closer. I'm going to show you how I didn't have to top coat it first, but I wanted to because I wanted you to see the final look, and I wanted to make sure that I can't accidentally cut too much, because I've had a tremor hit while I was cutting things, and it wasn't a glorious experience. Let's just say that. All right. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm complaining. I have these workarounds that are important to me. That's all I mean by telling you what I do. It's just a workaround. We can do hard things. It's what my mom always says to me when I'm telling her that I can't move on a given day. She's like, you can do hard things. Yes, I can do hard things, but I can't walk today. All right, so that one is done. I really, really want to show you how this one's going to look before. Let's see. Does anybody have any preferences or input on which color I should repeat as far as these go? So this is my purple. This is my blue. Let's do pink and then blue again. Okay, so that's what you can expect when you come back to look at the thumbnail. I hope that works out okay. I really do love this one. And again, these are just meant to be super simple French swirl manicures that you can just pop on after you put on your... You can do these 1 or 2 days ahead, however long you want. I mean, if you have a lid for your stamper, like, let me find one of them that still has the lid attached. Like this guy has a lid. I can make this last indefinitely. I just pop a lid. It doesn't have to be the matching lid. You pop a lid on there, you know, and just take it off whenever you're going to do your manicure. There's some people that put their reverse stamps in binders, but I've never been able to make mine survive like that. So I'm not messing with it. I'm fine with doing it the day before if I'm doing it on my real nail. But I have problematic nails. I'm really excited that false nails are like officially a thing now. People used to give me a lot of crap for using press-ons. They're like, why aren't you stamping on natural nails? I'm like, okay, I can't. But you know what? I like what I'm doing. So don't yell at me. Oh, this one's going to be so cool. All right. Sometimes I have real problems waiting, being patient. I'll be like, oh, this is going to look awesome. And then I wait, and then I don't wait for the sticky base coat to dry, and I mess everything up. So I'm not going to mess everything up this time. Go down and off. So sometimes if you use a clear coat, this will be the last thing I tell you before I leave. Sometimes if you use a clear coat you'll find a little bit of wrinkling, you see, on your nail color. I'm going to tell you, this happens all the time to me. I'm going to tell you how to fix it. You take your cleanup brush, make sure that it's a surviving cleanup brush, and you put a little acetone. Oh yeah. So here's some acetone that I have in a little container. And you put a little acetone on. Now this looks like it's very murky acetone because I've been painting a lot. So I'm afraid to do this on white nails. But you just gently apply the acetone to the puffy part of the reverse stamp, if you see what I'm doing. And it makes that crinkle totally disappear. Et voilà! Vous avez cela. You have that. And there. I mean, essentially, there's my tutorial. I hope you like what I have showed you so far. Here's my favorite. But I'm really digging this plate. And I hope you're digging these nails. And keep an eye out for that updated thumbnail. I hope you've had fun with me today. I don't know. I had a few people join. I guess I'll do next week on YouTube instead of on my Reza Blade YouTube channel, nail art something or whatever. I do have a Facebook group, and I know that I named it Reza Blade YouTube something, but I don't know what else. Anyway, I was going to do it maybe on that. Next time is 2 weeks from today. So not next Sunday, but it's in April. I'll keep updating you during my videos. I will still be releasing multiple videos. So thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for being so patient with me. And I hope you have fun with this plate if you grab it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.